So I'm RAEVYN Rogers. I do the 800 meters and I run track and field. Yeah, so this year's been a huge year of opportunity, as I'd like to see it. Being that World Championships not only is at my alma mater, but it's also in the United States for the first time, and in a place where I'm just so connected to community-wise. So along with just the natural competitor that I am and the expectations I have of myself, amongst the other expectations that are placed on me by others, I found myself getting a little bit more overwhelmed than that took away from the enjoyment of the whole process. But I didn't see change until I was able to change my perspective after seeking the word, after watching sermons and reading devotionals, and finally just coming to an understanding that what was happening in my journey of just dealing with confidence and lack of confidence was due to the enemy more so attacking my confidence, because he couldn't touch my gift, he couldn't touch my calling, and that was the only thing he could touch. And having a past of dealing with lack of confidence when I was a kid and so much forth, he knew that that was an area that he'd be able to take over. And so once I finally pointed out what was happening and I was able to have that revelation, it just changed my whole perspective and allowed me to see that this is an opportunity for greatness. This is a moment where the pressure is something that's going to bring something amazing out of me. And it's a privilege to even be in this position, not only as a servant, not only as being obedient to God's will and being in a position to use my platform and be able to speak my truth, but also just it's a privilege to just be able to have this gift and worship Him every day in the way that I do, and then tell my story to inspire others as well. So it's been an enlightening experience. I've found so much joy, so much peace knowing that my calling, my gift is untouchable, that it's really the surrounding distractions that creep in, whether there's people of flesh that don't even have any input, and their input doesn't really matter. It all is about the basic of just really worshiping God and allowing Him to use me. Once you're able to realize all in all what's happening, especially for me being an overthinker, that I was just really overthinking in the situation and the enemy was just playing with this idle time before World Championships. All in all, God's plan still prevails, and it's gonna be what it is, and that's what brings the peace, is knowing that He'll have the last say, and that I've put in the work to nurture the gift that He's given me. I think just really taking the whole perspective of pressure as a privilege and pressure as something that will bring great things out of you, and more so even surprise you of the things that you're capable of. That's just a great habit, a great mindset to adapt, because I mean, in the normal way of feeling, in the human way of feeling things, is that pressure can be something that just overtakes you, and things can get really overwhelming and lead to just negative thoughts. But ultimately, it's the thing, if you confront pressure at the door as though, you're ready for what's on the other side, that's a good way to look at it, because there is greater that's going to be on the other side when you're meeting pressure at the door. Downfalls can turn you very bitter, they can turn you very ungrateful, but when you step back and realize that there's other people that want to be in your position, there's other people that wish that they could do what you do, or even just wake up every day, you go back to keeping it simple, and it'll humble you and allow you to show thanks in the midst of a time that's really hard.